Growing up, I never felt that I was protected and covered as I should have been. I spent majority of my life trying to find my worth in others. Not that I didn't have it, it was just beaten and subtly spoken early and continuously in my life in various ways, to the point where I was blinded for a long time regarding my worth. I was a covering or blessing for certain people in my life, allowing my love for them to blind me from their true character. But they despised and rejected me, regardless, anyway. And when I think about that, and I have moments where I want to complain, which is kind of annoying sometimes, because when I go to the Father and Jesus and mention that, it's like God comes back at me and say, well, look at all the love I gave, look at the love my son gave, and people despise and reject us daily. So that left no room for me to complain. So I was like, okay. But yes, I have had many in my life who appeared to be for me, but to my own downfall, they were tearing me down while keeping themselves covered at all cost. It made it seem uplifting for them to have my life viewed on screen while they crept away in the dark places, viewing with glee at a distance, not knowing, I myself not knowing all the hands that were directing my demise. During these strange events, I always believed that I wouldn't live to see a certain age, that God and Jesus were somehow out to get me as well. But that's the mindset you have when brought up to believe and feel you're not worth loving, having, covering, or protecting. That we will always be better than you because God and Jesus loves us more. It took me a long time to realize that what they, being used willingly of the enemy, were saying to me was a reflection of how they saw themselves and them perceiving the hand of God over my life. So the abuse I incurred kept me from seeing that God and Jesus was always there covering and protecting me, loving on me. I recall as a child a dream I had of me running from the devil. He wouldn't stop pursuing me. Then I found myself in the midst of some praise and worshipers in different bright colors. The more they praised and worshiped, the devil couldn't get in and touch me. I knew that in praise and worship, the enemy couldn't harm or touch me or my son. Psalm 140, verse 7. O God, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. It wasn't until years later that I realized from that dream that God and Jesus has always been fighting, covering, and protecting me, and now my son as well. But I also come to realize that those dancers in various colors was my coat of many colors. To come into the knowing and soon the fullness that God and Jesus' love got you no matter what is a freeing to know. Psalm 139, verse 13. for thou hast possessed my reins.